Welcome. That is,
This is the new
this is the
stuff?
one.
That's the new one, yeah.
This is the new one. Did you see what I sent you in the photographs to show you the comparison of what was approved and what was,
I have the two plans that you gave me, 11x17 and that large plan.
you didn't get the photographs?
Um,
Remember you asked for those photographs?
I asked you to send them in and then I get the emails. I don't have
Oh, actually,
anything.
you wanted the hard copy, you didn't.
The hard copy, yes, you need to bring in.
Because I brought them.
Okay.
So here are the, what do you call it, Google Maps. And the photographs, here are the comparison, I sent you. What's on top is a proposal, and what's on the bottom is what was approved.
Those
So it's
screen-
on the
screen-
plan that you gave us?
I sent them separately,
Okay,
if they're not on the plan.
okay.
So it's a screen porch?
It was approved.
It wasn't
It was approved for screen porch, and then my client found out she could include it and still have it work. So she went for the windows, we just put in windows exactly where the screens are in the same configuration, so you can see what's no difference.
So you're enclosing it? I'm sorry. You're
Then
enclosing.
closing it, right? So they're just windows or casements. Same size. That's a four sides.
previously approved screen porch, now they're gonna do,
And close it.
I guess, windows instead of screen.
This was last year, I'll have-
No, this is from March.
Where's the
Oh,
other side?
it's there.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a nice, nice enclosed.
I was fine with it.
Okay. That's easy.
Sure, this-
Yeah, so that's not marked yet.
You okay?
We're doing is cutting out the two side dormers that we were thinking of doing and just going with the back elevation to create a dormer for an extra closet space and some the well-needed bathroom for upstairs. So that's still the same. That's an existing condition at the house. Here's a picture of it. It's kind of neat.
Excuse me,
Yeah, it's-
no, no,
I wouldn't have designed it that way.
I couldn't remember.
the sound was
two-
turned off when you were doing our project. The sound was turned off, so I don't know what happened.
Oh, you
Oh,
got
it was approved.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. Yeah, the sound went off for a little while.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you were approved.
No problem. Okay,
Have a good night.
thank you, you
Thank you.
too.
Yeah, because there were some
Yes.
pieces on either side of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Here it says the elevation. Yeah, that's the approved one.
Yeah, see, there was a.
Like an A-frame dormer on that side, yeah. So it's, so you got rid of just the one? Yeah, because the other one's in existing condition. Okay. So that's staying. So that's it, just taking the dormer off? Yeah, we're not doing the side dormer. Right. It's a gable end dormer, right? Right, yep. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, sure, it is there.
Yeah, it's just because the budget's, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I think it's fine.
great. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Okay.
Well, it's better to be safe and do it this way. Sure. Coming in. Thank you.
Maybe it's a time change. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's-
Cooler weather. It's also like, everything is so expensive. I mean, there's a lot of things that are just people can't afford it. Yeah, no, well, we did this, we got the plans done just to get to the stage of bringing it to the building department, then they got prices and then we're like, it's $100,000 over budget.
Whoops.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yep, no problem, take care.
What's good? I know that.
Redesigned my edition like 6 times. Appliances, delivery is just insane. Like if you order a Sub-Zero now, you'll get it for,
Oh, lead time.
yeah, lead time. Yeah, just go and.
Oh, that was that restaurant that they ordered that custom storefront and it's sat there, we approved it and it sat there for probably half a year. I don't know where they got the custom storefront.
Yeah, I don't remember, I wasn't.
Hey,
The
Bob.
Italian, the Italian
Hey, JJ.
restaurant, that had the, oh, that has a back.
This is,
It's open now? Oh, it is, they're open.
Savalachi. You returned your
Oh.
guys' plan
Not open. Because they don't, because of the ad.
last week. Do you want to see last week's drawing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
This is last week.
You said you did another house or something?
Yes. This is last week.
So there are no changes, just more information?
Hi, Bob.
Hi,
Okay, how are you? You're
I'm
on.
good, thank you.
It looks like they did change the rear. So,
You're just looking over your plan.
yeah, I think it was mainly codes were associated back there, and then a detail regarding the roof. Right there.
Anything changed here? Looks like things were erased or just.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
that was the.
Do you wanna go through what you changed from last time?
That was there.
Looking at sheet 2, we added the column for the rear porch and coordinated the windows in the family room to be more like the other windows and the window in the kitchen. And that'll show up on the rear elevation. On sheet 5, we coordinated the roof line on sheet 5 with the roof line of the main gable in the front of the house.
How come, not quite I know you did a roof plan, thank you, but how come it doesn't reflect what I see on the front elevation, or am I just not reading it right?
Let's just see.
You have 2 big gables on the front elevation, but I only see one on the roof line.
Actually, there's one big gable in the middle to meet the ridge line of the rear roof. And then the 2 smaller gables die into the roof there because they're not as high.
Well, I'm going left to right on the page. You've got one long ridge on the roof plan. If I go to your front elevation, you have 2 different ridges at 2 different heights.
Right, the main center gable frames into the ridge of the high roof. And the two side gables are not as high, so they match into the middle point of the roof.
Are you looking at your front elevation?
And that's coordinates with the front elevation, yes.
Yeah, you have two long ridges going left to right on the page.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. Yeah,
And they meet at the same eve line, so they must be at different slopes.
yeah,
So your roof plan doesn't make sense.
yeah, I didn't get the elevation change to reflect that the roof is now all one ridge.
The higher elevation? Thanks, Sean.
Yes.
Now, the rear elevation shows it on sheet, let's see, sheet 6.
Why aren't you breaking it up? Because it's extremely large volume that's going all the way across.
Yeah, sheet 6 shows the roof all the way across.
Why was it changed? I don't know if it was just changed or.
Well, it was an idea in the beginning of possibly having a break there, but it just didn't work out. And so we brought it all the way across. We did
Brand new
what we-
house, it's a brand new house.
That looks like a composition.
Yeah.
Something out of it.
It's extremely massive if it's just one big volume. Don't you have the flexibility with a brand new house to break up the scale a little bit?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Don't you have the flexibility in a brand new house to break up the scale a little bit? Instead of one giant volume?
Yeah, right now with the plan we have, it's not going to work to break the roof there.
So maybe you should relook at your plan. Right, yeah, follow these things, this is going all the way across up here, just like the back, it's one monstrous.
Yeah. I like that.
Just follow it across.
I mean, I think the composition of your front elevation looks a lot better as you have it drawn. You have kind of the main three gables of the house, and then you have almost this addition to the left with the lower roof and the other gable below, and you actually do the same thing with the standing seam roof. You kind of set off that composition, but as soon as you break that roof all the way across, and this is why I asked for a roof plan, is I think you've kind of killed that, and then now you have this gigantic roof kind of covering both.
That seems
I mean,
like crazy in a brand new house.
I
like this that- massive from the front elevation. From the rear, it does seem large, right? That one large roof, but
Yeah.
I mean, as it's drawn there, it looks,
But that's not what he wants to
Better,
do, he
right.
made a mistake here.
yeah, it's supposed to continue all the way across.
Right.
What happens if it, what would the roof line look like if it was drawn like that? This actually would probably just continue across.
Mhm.
In order to keep the pitch the same, the house would have to be narrower on the lower roof, and it didn't work out.
Well, why couldn't the walls of the lower gable be dropped a little bit?
The wall or the lower gable.
On the left, or the combination of both, the main gable, what I'm calling the main gable with the front door gets a little higher and the left gable gets a little bit lower, and you keep the same pitch.
No, we don't want the gables different heights.
I know, but you drew it that way.
Are you
You
are you
do-
ta- you
I'm
talking
just saying,
about?
I'm just saying, from an aesthetic point of view, the front elevation looks a lot more broken up and a lot more elegant than if I took your rear elevation roof and just stuck that gigantic
single slope gable all the way across. And plus you show a little cutout on the left on the front elevation and you just lose it on the right. So I don't know what's going on. And I always stress that when you're gonna bring a set of drawings to us, they should be internally consistent. And
Yeah,
they're not, and they're
I
not.
missed that. I should have changed it the way it is.
Sorry, I think the message from the board is, you guys don't agree, is we don't see any reason, we frown on a gigantic, massive roof going across this long horizontal building when it's brand new and you have all sorts of flexibility to design it in a way that breaks down the scale and mass. So we'd like you to take another look at the plan, the elevations, and find a way to break the scale down and not have one giant roof across the whole building.
Okay,
And then separately, when you come back, make sure all your drawings agree with each other.
Completely agree.
well, they all agree with each other as far as
No,
I
they-
know, except for that one elevation. So I'll have to change the other drawings, I guess, to satisfy this. But it'll involve a change in the plan because we'd have to make it narrower at that point so that you get a break. And so the roof would retain the same pitch.
Okay, we'll leave that to your discretion, we just would like to see the massing broken down. When was our next meeting, David?
Next meeting is November 9th, Bob, so I
Okay.
need the revised plans by November 2nd.
Okay, November 2nd.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are you done?
No, one more.
One more.
New application. Did you get approval, because it's a historic landmark from Gray Williams?
For some reason, this didn't come up on the link. Well, I mean, all of it.
Really?
Yeah. So I couldn't see it. Maybe it was my.
Did anyone else have trouble?
I never did see that.
No,
Oh,
well, any of
the
the
letter now.
submissions. Any of the
Oh,
submissions.
yeah, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah,
so maybe
I was
it's
able
just
to
me.
get that one.
This is great, I love this system. Thank you.
Hi, come in. Oh, wow, who's that?
Did these just-
Yeah, they look the same.
This goes in fair deed.
Yes. I like that, that's new. I said, I like that, that's new.
Hello.
Hi, you can,
Thank you, thank you. I'm Jorge Abad, it's my wife Jen Phillips. And this is our home.
Oh.
Just realized that.
I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with the house. It's one of the landmarks,
should we just go?
one of the
into it
Newcastle
now?
landmarks, 350 Bedford Road, Moses, the Reuben and Moses Haight house. And we've been, while we were doing this proposed addition and renovation, we had discussions with Gray Williams as to what would be appropriate. And he is, if he has not submitted already, he was gonna submit a letter.
You do, yeah.
Great, excellent.
We're reading that now.
Great. And he was hoping to join us tonight as well, but I think not able to make it, but he was, he was supportive of the addition. We had a couple of iterations, but because of budget, at the end, we ended up with this with this proposal. the intent really is just to bump out a little bit of the rear of the house, to kind of normalize that rear elevation, which was kind of the one that's not, I think over the years, it just was tacked on and modified a bit, and it's not really, in our opinion, or I believe also in Gray's opinion, historic. So the idea is to bump out a little bit of the back, normalize the rear elevation to sort of conform more to the style of the house, and to add a covered porch back there as well.
So are you going as far as that old bump out?
Exactly, yeah, we're just gonna match that old bump out, which we don't know the vintage of that bump out, but you know, we think that's probably the most, definitely a cost-effective approach to sort of just, you know, match that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to keep things simple, minimal.
And you're the architect and the homeowners, it's for you.
Both, yes.
That's always fun.
You see that letter? Like it-
You doing a standing seam roof on the porch?
Yeah, right now the intent is to do standing seam. I mean, again, you know, ideally we would want to do copper, but budget may not allow.
You're putting it on the window?
The plan is to replace the majority of the windows, with the exception of the ones that are most historic, which are the double glass French doors along the front of the house. The rest of the windows some are newer windows that just, you know, of different brands and styles, and then some are a bit older. There are a couple on the elevation that faces Bedford Road that are, you know, older, maybe close to original, but they're not in great shape, so we're looking to replace those in kind. Ray thought that so long as it's an in-kind replacement, that we'd be okay with it.
The frames, like historic frames, frames, or what kind of frames you use?
The window frames themselves, the ones that we're proposing, or
Yeah.
we're proposing to match with a historic style window. Right now, it's a Pella Lifestyle that we're looking at for spec. And they have a historic profile.
Yeah, the wood shutters, do they show up on this picture? Have they
The
already been taken
shutters were taken out, and we have, most of them are in the garage, and they were
Yeah.
stored.
Okay.
So we're gonna refurbish them and put them back. Yeah, oh yeah, we have photos of the house from,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, we have photos, I think, that they back about 50 years to show the shutters. So definitely wanna bring them back.
What was your mindset regarding the trellis at that corner, how that's kind of wraps
So
versus the?
Yeah, so the corner really, it doesn't allow for windows or any sort of, anything to kind of embellish it, so without anything in the corner, it just looks bare.
Okay.
When we first started doing the design, we had the front, you know, the rear porch kind of extending to where you see it, and then it was kind of a bare corner. But it seemed like adding the trellis there just sort of resolved that elevation in that corner.
And we have, you know, we have decent exposure there. I don't think we can grow, something. We have a landscape, designer that works with us that may help us with something to plant there that can catch on that trailer.
No, if there's like maybe if there's like a wisteria or an ivy that could grow well. there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you just eliminating this little?
We're keeping the bell, we're just gonna shift, it's not on the elevations right now, but we're gonna definitely keep it and shift, it's gonna
Yeah,
shift
keep it.
over a little bit,
I
yeah.
was just gonna say,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
seems very fitting with
Yeah.
the house and.
And we don't know the exact history of the development, I think there's at one point in time, the house may have served as a school,
Sure.
and so that's when the bell was installed. So we're gonna shift it over a little bit and the pool will
That's all
hang
the
through
way
the
down.
trailers.
Oh, yeah, that'll be nice. Yeah, it looks like a nice project.
Thank you.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
Nice to see these houses come back to life.
Yes.
We love the house, we fell in love it the day that we walked into it, so we definitely wanna,
How high are the ceilings in the house?
7 feet to the beams on the first floor and on half of the second floor, and then there's an addition, probably the late 1800s that bumped them up a little more. So about 8.5 feet there. Yeah. Not too tall, but but cozy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice,
Good,
nice,
good.
very nice.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you,
nice.
thank you guys, appreciate it. So this is it, we're approved?
Lovely,
Lovely,
I
Okay.
think
Mine will go to Tom, he needs to write a denial to send it to the zoning.
Yeah, we gotta do the zoning portion of it, absolutely, but really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye, good night.
Good night.